Oh, wow, cool.
Greetings, body jugglers. Satek Ananda here from the Body Juggling Zendo in Dallas, Texas, with Julie Giuseppe. Is that how you say it? Giuseppe. Her very, very first session. And I would like you, as briefly as you can, because we talked for a while before we started this, as briefly as you can, tell me what you hope to experience inside of your body juggling process.
Intimacy and vulnerability within my soul.
Nice. Nice. Like I've never heard anyone ask for intimacy within their own soul. What is that? What would that look like? What would that feel like?
Like unraveling.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to give metaphors.
And I love metaphors.
So, like an unraveling
Mm-hmm.
of sort of like the tie downs of teaching, past roles, and societal pressures and
Decontamination.
decontamination. That's good. I like that.
Detox. Nice. For me, what came up in my mind when you said that was self-acceptance.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Okay. So a whole lot of the work I do is involving intimacy, and there's really two things that are necessary. I mean, there's a whole lot of things that can be involved with it, but there's two things that are involved in intimacy that are the most important, and one is trust, and the other is relaxation. You cannot have intimacy without being relaxed, without trusting, and it's really hard to have one of those without the other. It's hard to trust without relaxing, and it's hard to relax without trusting, right? And so that's like that's self-acceptance. How do you relax into yourself? How do you trust yourself? And when you do, this whole idea of self-acceptance is like really challenging for people because like we don't even understand who we are. So how do we accept something we can't even find, we can't explain it, we can't like whatever. So it becomes this really absurd, abstract game, like enlightenment, right? Like where's enlightenment? Oh, I found it. No, I thought I had it, like, right? But it's not, it doesn't have to be that complicated. It's as simple as learning to relax and trust inside yourself. And then when you do, that is self-acceptance, right? Like you are accepting yourself, like ta-da, and then like there's no more like, you know what, I'm done, I get to go home. Yes, but you have to continue that process. You have to, like all the stuff that we're going to do here is going to drop you into experiences of trust and relaxation inside of your own soul.
Okay.
But you then have to create that experience for yourself out there, whether you build your own bar at home, whether you find it through embodied movement, authentic movement, yoga, tai chi. I mean, there's a million ways to discover freedom, to embody trust and relaxation inside yourself, but you have to actively do it. You can't come and like Shakti, oh God, I'm enlightened now, yay! Like, no, that's not realistic.
I have to invest in my own authentic self.
Exactly, exactly. So I love the clarity of that vision, and clarity of vision is one of the most important elements to any type of manifestation ever, okay? I can teach you how to do anything. Like, I don't have to know how to do it. I can teach you how to do anything. But you have to tell me what it is that you want to learn, okay? If you want to learn to fly a plane, I don't know how to fly a plane, but I can teach you how, right? You go and you sign up at a flight school. You go and you read all the books, and you get, right? Like, whatever it is, I can train you how to do it. I don't have to know how to do it. But what I can't do is give you a specific desire or a goal. And that's what this orientation was about, was helping me feel and helping you clarify what that goal is. Because once you see the goal clearly, it's very easy to plan a path, a journey that takes you to that goal. But as long as your goal is I want to be happy. I want to have success. I want to, right? Like, whatever. Like,
yeah.
you have to be specific. And so I love that intention. And it's very easy to create any experience that you can specifically say, this is the experience that I want to have, you know? And one of my favorite examples of that is, came from a post I did years ago, and this will be the last thing and then we'll start moving. A post I did years ago about the law of attraction. And what I said is that the law of attraction, although it's a candy-coated pop culture version, it is a very, very ancient truth, okay? It's a very ancient truth that when you see what you want very clearly, it gets pulled to you. But what the law of attraction will never tell you is that nothing you manifest or create will ever give you satisfaction. Okay? You can manifest any kind of car you want. You can manifest any kind of house you want. You can manifest any type of family you want. But that thing is not going to make you happy, because happiness does not come from achieving things, from getting things. Happiness comes from acceptance. Happiness comes from presence, from just feeling all the, you know, it's like how many million bits of information do you have coming into your body right now, from the air to the breath to the sights to the sounds, right? Happiness comes from learning to feel and appreciate all of that. And when you can, you don't need trinkets. You don't need things to play with, right? And for all the lonely people out there, look at all the married people that still feel lonely, okay? People are not a cure for loneliness. Loneliness it's a dysfunction of internal experience. It's not about your external circumstances, okay? So as to illustrate this point, I came up with this meditation simply to illustrate the point. And it was, think of something you want really bad, okay? I don't know. And in my metaphor, I used a car. You want a car really bad. So picture the car. See it in your driveway. Hop in the car, drive. Smell the leather. Feel the room. See people looking at you. Because if you want a good car, that's what you're actually buying. Look at me, right? See it, feel all of that experience. And if you go through that process and you let it be visceral, when you're done, you don't feel any need to have that car because you've already had the experience, right? Like once you're done with sex, you're not craving sex, right? You've had the experience, okay? This is not about how do you get what you want. That's not the answer. That's not the name of the game we're playing. It's how do you accept who you are and what you have, what everything is right now. That's the name of the game, okay? And that's what I use this ball and this bar for. Let's do it. Booyah! First session, Dragonfly, BodyJuggling Bar, and good music. Gotta have good music. Okay, so grab, either one of those balls will work fine. You want to sit on the other side of the bar facing this way.
Okay. Wow. This is the biggest ball I've ever.
Yes.
Like it's so much bigger.
I have big balls.
Yeah. Yes, you do.
Alright, the first one to notice. Alright. So there's lots of principles behind body juggling. I don't want you thinking about any of those today. We can talk about those later. We're going to start by helping you feel new things in your body. So always start in the middle. This little mark there, we're straight in the middle. And yes, no, you're not sitting on it right though. You're going to scoot your ball forward just a little bit, and you're going to put your booty on top of it. There you go. Good. All right. This is what we call ready position. Hands are always, this is shoulder width. Hands are always a little more than shoulder width, okay? And we're going to start with what we call hip rock side to side. Yep. Now, as you're doing this, you're going to be stretching stuff and like opening stuff, but one of the most important things you're going to do, you're going to start to feel your center. You're going to start to feel your balance. And the first thing I want you to do to change the feeling of your balance is I want you to imagine your heart center and let it float. So it doesn't move. Yes, the hips are free underneath. Good. Good. Let's speed that up. Hip rock side to side is 1/2 of every movement we do in body juggling 50% of them start with this movement. And almost every one of them, you're going to want your heart to stay over the ball as your hips move. So we're also learning that. It's called an isolation. You hold one part of the body still. Nice. Now hip rock front to back. You're going to, curl the pelvis under. Don't go down that far though. Try to just just a little bit. Boom, there you go. And back. Good. Good. We're relaxing the low back, and we're looking to feel the center in the opposite axis. So we got horizontal, and then we got, I don't know what you would call it, width. You got height. Yeah. Front to back, side to side. Yeah, you got perfect. So all body juggling is yoga, tai chi, on fit. So we use all of those principles. Every single thing you're going to start with a small step like this, then we're going to combine them. So we combine both those two, you get the circles. So that comes. And reverse. So you'll notice one of the beautiful things about this practice is that it forces you to be present. You don't get to let the mind wander when you do body juggling. Beautiful. Okay, so now we're going to learn, pop up for me. Now we're going to learn a corrective measure that will be used many times, and it's just easier for you to learn it now than later. It's called booty crawl. Alright, so what this is this is how you control your ball's positioning in relationship to the bar. Almost everything we do, you want the front edge of the ball underneath the bar here. You don't want to start here for most stuff, and you don't want to start back here for most stuff. You want the front edge of the ball right underneath the bar. So this technique is how you're going to manage that. Otherwise, you get off the ball and back on over and over again in half the session if you're getting off the ball and back on. So what we're doing is we do hip rock side to side, but as we do, bring the butt cheek up, move it back. Butt cheek up, move it back. Notice how the ball's moving forward. Booty crawl. Reverse it, butt cheek comes forward. Booty crawl backwards. Booty crawl forwards. Booty crawl backwards. Okay? Give me 5 or 6 of those. Forward as far as you can go, backwards as far as you can go. Don't overthink what your butt is supposed to be doing. Just move and let yourself feel it. Don't try to think your way in. There you go. Good. Just do it. You'll start to feel it. Don't try to think forward and back. Just wiggle your butt and try to move the ball forward or backwards.
Going forward is a lot harder than moving backwards.
Right. There you go. There you go. Yeah.
I don't have to move backwards in order for this to happen.
Oh, but just stop your thinking.
Okay.
Do it. Just do it. Make the ball move. Yeah, yeah. Okay, don't give up. So I want you to wiggle your butt until the ball gets really far here. I want you to keep going forward with it until I tell you to stop. Okay, what you're doing right now.
I feel like I'm stuck.
What you're doing right now, you're doing booty crawl, but you're moving instead of the ball. So you're doing this. You're going. And the ball's staying still. Which, that's almost it. That's very close. What we want is this. So I'm moving the ball. I'm moving the ball.
I gotcha. No, though, I can't get the ball to actually do this.
Okay, I'll break it down for you. Hip rock this way. Hip rock. Yep. Now pick that butt cheek up and move it backwards. Yep. Now hip rock that way. Pick that butt cheek up and move it back. Yep. So you're still going backwards on the ball. when I say move your butt cheek backwards, what I really mean, you want to keep your hips where they're at. See how my ball's moving? Yeah. Okay, break it down even slower. Watch this.
Shouldn't be this hard.
That's right. A lot of people struggle with this. And then when you get it, you're going to think it was so silly that it was, yeah, that was tough for you. Watch this. Yeah. Now, bring your hips back to center. You're on the back of the ball now. Bring your hips forward. There you go. Now do the other cheek. Bring your hips forward. Other cheek. Keep doing that.
Oh.
There you go.
I want to bring it.
Keep doing it. Don't talk. Do it.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Not bad.
Nope. Keep moving forward.
No, you're not done.
I'm not letting you get out of it. But you're moving forward now, so that's good. So that's good. That's good. Now go back. You can bring your hip forward as you pick it up. Yeah. And the other one. Okay. I'm going to do a change up for you, and I bet this is going to help you.
Okay.
You're going to start bouncing.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's easier.
And for some reason I do. So you need to bounce. Right? You bounce, you bring it forward. It's easier to move the ball when you bounce because there's less of your weight on it.
Right. Yeah. Okay. That's a lot better.
Okay, so let me see you go forward and backwards several times. You're forward now, so go backwards. There it is. There it is.
I can't swing my thumbs up. My
Good.
legs are.
And then you go forward now. Yep. Yep.
This is so not pretty.
Doesn't have to be pretty.
Okay.
Doesn't have to be pretty. Good.
That's
Go back.
good.
Go backwards again.
Okay. And this is-
No, that's the wrong one.
This way.
There you go. There you go. Yep. 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 Okay. Good. Beautiful. That's your booty crawl.
Okay.
Okay. That's what I want you to use. When I say bring the ball forwards, don't get off your ball and move it. Booty crawl. Come back to center. Okay, let's see. Bring the ball a little bit closer, booty crawl. Good, awesome. Okay, tailbone all the way backwards, as far back as you can. This is forward fold. You're going to relax your shoulders, yeah. Feel that stretch go all the way down to the sacrum. Start down here, curl the spine to come up, roll the spine to come up. Good, and tailbone back again. Roll the spine to come up, and I'm going to add your breath. We're going to go down, exhale. Inhale, rolling to come up. Beautiful. Now, same thing, go back. Leave your arms straight. Curl your hips under. Yes, keep coming. Stop. Now go back. Good. Again. Under. Yeah. Good. Stop. Go back. We're working you down into plank. So as you come under, it's like straight out in front of you. Yep. Stop. Good. And now this time you go all the way down to plank. Let your body be long and straight. Hold. Belly button should be over the center of the ball and relatively close to there. Yep. Hold and breathe. Breathe. Good. And as you come up, notice that you're not going to do a sit-up. You're not going to bring your chest forward. You're going to pull your hips back and under. Back to there. Yep. Down the plank again. Hold it for a second. Good. Beautiful. And yep. Good. Give me 10 of those. All the way down, flat plank. Yep. Good. And up. 6 more. Okay, come back to center, and we roll back. See how it falls closer now?
Yeah.
That happens in every exercise. It's because your body slides under your clothes. Okay, wait. Too far. So usually when I'm correcting you and I say forward or backwards, I want you to get it from right there. But there are a couple of moves where I'll have you come a little forward or back or forward, but I'll tell you what those are. And 5 more, tail go backwards. Back, forward, back. Beautiful. If your core comes too far on this side of the ball, it's going to be really hard. You're going to have a lot of weight in your legs. If your core stays over the center, it's much more doable. I wouldn't call it easy, but much more doable. Feel the difference? Mm-hmm. 3 more. Beautiful. Okay, so that's very yoga. This is going to be very Tai Chi. Now we're doing, that's plank. Now we're going to do grip down. For grip down, your tailbone's going to go backwards. Start in a forward fold. Now you're going to let your hips curl under just like before, but instead of your legs going straight out in front of you, let them hang down to the floor. Arms stay straight, let your back and elbow go to the ball. And keep going under, feet reach out in front of you. You're going to go all the way down until your arms are straight. Yeah. And relax your shoulders so you feel that stretch go down to the low back. You can rock either side gently. If you do it fast, your muscles are going to resist. If you do it slow, you're going to feel a gentle stretch. All right? Good. So everything we do, we want to feel that gentle stretch. We don't want to do this in any of our movements. So coming up, you're going to let your back stay arched as it goes over the ball. Once your belly button gets to here, then you can pull your hips back into full fold. Back stays arched. Now come up, hips come backwards. Beautiful. Nice one. And dripping down, back melting, relax the head, or just let the feet slide if they can. Walk out if you need to. No, all the way down, shoulders.
So you're
Yes. You can walk your feet out if you need to. Maybe you want to wear socks or whatever. Different people deal with letting the feet slide in different ways. So we're doing very low reps on all these moves today because they don't want to kill you. And you're not here for fitness. You're here to learn to feel and move. So I just want to take you through all the basics. So you can get a few helmet drums. You'll understand why later. And now just trust me. What's your tattoo of?
Water. Another was fire. I got in college. When I started studying Acutia with program tension.
The what? Antia.
Acutia.
Tension of opposites. Never been able to read him because he's too cerebral, but I love reading people that talk about darkness. So he talks like a damn physicist. Come back to center and blue crawl. See where your ball is. And you need like 4 more. Jumping, but going for finish.
Blue crawl.
A little bit. Back to 4 fold. And trip down. Yes. Our girls like them more.
I have to invest in some liqueurs.
If I was a girl, I would go out.
Yeah, I know.
Who didn't want to be flash dancing?
What?
That's all right. All right.
The question is, do I forgive myself?
Yes, thank you. There we go. I got one client that apologized every time she messes anything up. I'm like, stop apologizing. That's great.
Okay, is that 4?
That's good enough. That's good enough. Okay, back to center. So now, I usually do this in the beginning, but I wanted to get you doing all the basics. Now we're going to do what's called calibration. So I want to see what your balance is like. You're going to go to your fingertips. And
Oh, this is all you want me to do? Are you kidding me?
I
Okay.
want you to keep them off. You have to put that on.
Okay, gotcha.
That's it. Good. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1. Okay, so historically, now it's a very difficult thing to track, test, and a very difficult thing to teach. Okay? I want you to see how easy it can be. You've got 3 seconds max right now. All right, try one more time. Okay. So watch what happens here. We've already done the kinesthetic groundwork that you need to have balance. You already have the tools. Now I'm going to show you how to use them.
Right.
Everyone does this.
I know. So, it's just an energy
Or
bar.
they do this. Okay? That's not how you get balance. This is how you get balance.
Oh, this. Yeah. Okay.
Heart floats still. Hips are going to move freely. The key with the hips is they're going to move in whatever direction you feel yourself falling. You've already got like 6 seconds, just like that.
So watch yourself.
10, 15. You know what doctors would call that? Magic.
I'm so
You
glad I have
just like, you went from 3 seconds of balance to infinite balance, like that, okay? That's the power of kinesthetic training. And it can be used in anything, unless, like math. I think kinesthetic training would help with math. But anything that requires physicality, kinesthetics can be used. Very good job. Now you have balance. Now you know what it feels like. That balance is going to come through everything else we did. There's only 3 principles. There's a lot of principles in actuality. 3 basic principles. Balance, power, and flow. You have to start with balance. You cannot discover balance, or you cannot discover power until you've got balance. Do you know why?
Because you don't have any foundation.
Right? Once you have center, once you have that foundation, once you can feel center, then you can direct the center. Right? But until you feel that center, it's luck. It's luck of the draw. Once you have power, and 99% of all of the techniques of teaching people anything in humanity are about mastering power, that's not an end. Power is a means to an end. Right? We will never have enough power. So in order to move beyond that, you have to release power. And that's how you discover flow. That's where you discover effortless grace in every experience. You gotta let go of the power. You can't let go of power until you balance. Got it? Alright, so now let's activate this. Hip rock to one side and find your balance.
I got my hands off.
No, you can use your hands. We're gonna get there. Get back on your hip. Right, there you go. Now do one hand. Back on that hip.
You mean to find balance right here.
Right there.
Oh, I see.
Bouncing on your hips, switching hands. Oh, good, good, nice. You can do both, that's awesome. That's good enough for now. Other hip. Start with both hands, find that hip. Further on your hip. Yeah. Nice. Nice. Good. Back to center. Okay. So everything I teach you, I'm tricking you.
Right.
Okay?
Thanks.
Everything you do,
Thanks for that.
you're learning something you don't understand that you're learning. Okay? So what you're learning here is to keep your center over the ball even when you're moving outside of your center. Okay? That's going to be necessary in this next movement. You're going to do side kick. So what you're going to do is you're going to let your hips keep going that way, keep your center over the ball, come all the way down to your side. Come back up.
Oh, you mean this?
Doesn't matter, you can go to either side. Yep, good. Boom. This foot comes up above the height of the bar. Boom. That foot to this. Boom. And your core is right now falling that way. You want your core to balance. And the way you can tell is if I made you sit here for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, what would you have to do? You're not going to make that for 5 minutes. You got to find that point where you're floating in your balance. Good. Find it, breathe, and feel that center. Because we're going to use, this is a different type of center, but it's the same thing. You're finding your center, your body's just in a different position. Good. Up. Pitch your ball. You didn't know that you were like going to learn to be a Jedi, right?
Yeah, I know that.
This is Jedi training.
This is what it is. Okay, the other side, right?
Nope, that's how you get. Hold it. Find that center. Finding the center is just about feeling, that's all it is. There's no thought required, there's no manual you have to read. It's just about feeling. Good, up. Awesome. Other side. Foot to your knee. Breathe balance. Relax the shoulder. They'll give out if I let you stay there long enough. Nice. Breathe. Body's always soft but strong. Never strong in a rigid way. Never soft in a flaccid way. Soft but strong. Good. Up. Think of it like a stalk of bamboo. It's very strong, but it's soft. One more time on this side. Beautiful. Up. Good. Now you're going to give me, let's say 15.
15, okay. Each side?
Most ladies are doing 30 and 40.
Yeah, are we going?
No, yeah, exactly.
Feel
Can
okay.
I take a small break?
Each side or just one side?
Stay on one side.
Okay,
So
that's
it's 2. As you're doing it, feel your core. Try to keep your core balanced. That's going to make the movement easiest time. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Get your ball. 9. Hold on. Just get your ball back just a little bit more. Your butt is hanging off the back of the ball right now. Good right there. You want your butt over the center. You can't balance with your butt hanging off the back. Butt stays over the center, and you're going to come right here. Just like that. All right. Ball's going to move less like that too. Make sure I take your butt backwards when you come down. Don't come backwards. Come this way. 15. Beautiful. Other side. Woo! Foot to the knee. Keep going, dog.
Too much.
Yeah, there's your ball. And scoot back to the center. Might have to get off your ball for that. Hip rock side, or booty crawl sideways is not easy.
It's not easy.
No good way to do that. You just bounce. Ball forward just a little bit. There it is, booty crawl. She's like a pro now. 2. Good, stance. Laterally up, nice. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Good job. 8. 9. Toe to the knee. 14, 15. Yeah, nice. Stretch it out. That didn't kill you, you did.
No, I didn't. No, I'm still alive.
Okay. This is going to kill you.
Okay. Thank you.
Side kick to the side and you go that side. So, now you're going to do leg raises. And the way that works, you're going to stay together, take the leg down, as far as you can, obviously. Don't bring your chest up. You take the leg down, as far as you can, then bring it back up. 1, 2, 3, down further, 4, there you go. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you gotta fuck on. 11. Oh, you're cheating. You tell me you're cheating.
Totally cheating.
Yeah, I'm off.
I love when I get caught cheating. All right, what am I doing?
So this is the leg raise.
I got you. Here, please, I got it.
Exactly. And what you're doing is this. Look at me, I'm working out. Yeah. You actually are working out, but it's your shoulder.
Awesome.
Thanks for that.
All right. Well, if I get caught.
We'll get along just fine.
Okay,
So, and part of your problem is that your core was too far that way. Make sure you still stay with the center. Keep that shoulder relaxed. Leg goes down as far as you can and raise it up. Yeah, that needs to all come from right there. 1, 2, 3. Feels different, doesn't it?
Yeah.
4, 5, 6. Go faster. 7. It'll be easier. Yep. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Beautiful. Up. Stretch it. That was a little more work on the side, isn't it?
Yeah, that's good. I need work.
Maximum notes for most girls is 40 to 50.
Okay, good to know.
Good to know.
Good to know.
I'll start letting you do max eventually, but we start like easy, build up, and then your body strength will grow very quickly, and then when we really love getting to hit their max, then we got that goal and you can compete with yourself. Down. Down. Yep. And yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Don't pause at the bottom. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Nice. Stretch it out. plank twist. You're going to come down to plank. Twist on to either hip.
Oh my goodness. Oh, here.
Under center, legs stay straight together, and find your hip and balance. Legs straight, breathe. Nice, let it go. Find the center of the ball, good. Not there, it's going to take way much strength. Let it go. Nice, 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 good. Let it go. Good, now we're going to add the scissors. Boom. And switch. Back to center. Come back to center with your legs first. Yeah, and then make sure you're still staying. Yep. Scissors, yep.
Okay, let's do something.
Back to center. Side. Yep. Good. Back to center. Come up and scoot ball. Ball's going to scoot away from you this way. So you only get 4 or 5 points. Here. Don't stay there that long. Good. Focus on your balance. Yep, nice. I can see your body learning. 2 more. Roll back. Smooth it out. Alright. Now you're going to learn a fun one.
These are fun. It's like,
It's fun, but certain ones are really fun. Let's see what I mean. So you're going to come down with your back. It's like a plank, but your legs are going to go up in the air. So it's half height, and right back up.
I'm just showing my hands.
No, like just like that. And come back up.
Oh, okay.
Good. This is what we call a rep. Teaching the body the beginning of a movement so that in the full movement it's easier. Now, as you come down, bring your belly button a little bit further under the bar. Yeah, good. Back again. Yeah. Good. Now fix your ball. No. Put your butt on top of the ball. That's good. That's good. Okay. So now, as your belly button comes under, when your chest gets to the center of the bar, you're going to have to start pushing. Okay? Yep, I'll tell you when. You're going to push and go under. Your legs are going to come up over your head and touch the ball. Okay? Your legs are going to be straight. Ready? Go. No. Legs are going to come up
That's right.
in the pipe.
Okay, hold on. Get straight.
That would have been really hard.
Let me get ready. Hold on.
Push. Far away. Yep. There you go. There you go. Don't go up so. There you go. Don't go up so high with your core. Okay. That's inverted fold. Arm should be straight. Arm should be straight here. Legs should be straight. You engage your core up a little bit, but you not too high if it's taking your weight.
Yeah. It's doing my top. Oh, that's my yeah,
Straight arms, good, beautiful. Hold it. Nice. Squeeze ball first, like that. Good, and again. So notice where you have to start pushing to keep yourself.
Yeah, they're just pointing at
About when your heart comes underneath the ball.
bar.
balls back a little bit too far. Bring it forward. This is one of the moves where I want your ball closer and home right there. So you weren't really having to push because your ball is back too far, so your weight's kind of falling on the side of the bar. Okay, now you're going to have to push.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Much more supported. So whenever you're doing inverted fold, make sure the front of your ball is a little bit on this side because you want the ball to be under you, not your body hanging off you. Yeah, you gotta get the timing. Wait. Come back. Bring your legs up too fast. Your legs come up as your back comes down. Back. Don't do your knees.
Okay.
Good job. Okay, bring that leg up. Come back to high. Yeah. Good. Just like that. Beautiful. All right. I'm gonna feel one of the best stretches in the universe.
Yeah.
Do the stretch before you do the reps because you'll get more than you do after you do. Invert hold. Split your legs out as wide as you can. Feet go under the bar.
Oh yeah.
Let go of your hands.
Oh
Okay, so for the reps, feet are on top of the bar. Hands push, yeah, and then you go on top. Bring it back into the center. Back into the center, and yep, and then back out again. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's right. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Up.
Okay.
How'd that feel?
That was better.
No? Okay. We'll do more next time.
Okay.
This one is tough. Do the same thing, inverted fold, and use scissor kicks. Left. Yes.
Faster.
1. Now let's get phase 2. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Up. A little bit harder.
A little bit, yeah. More core.
Yeah, that's heavy core. Nice. Stretch anything you need to. It does that on lots of people because you're not used to pointing your toes. Unless you're a ballerina, you're not used to pointing your toes, so that's going to tense up that calf and it's going to make your shin extend. Yeah.
All right.
Say what?
I said, I think we're okay. I think the calves are all right. Let's see.
All right, so I'm going to show you one more fun one, and then a couple of my favorite stretches. Okay. How about this is vert kick. So you did side kick. This is vert kick. You're going to stand with your back to the bar. Right hand goes over the center of the ball. Both feet are double shoulder width apart. And so you're going to left hand's going to go here. You're going to start by bending the left leg, letting the arm roll all the way down the ball into a lunge so that your grips are on the ball. Start right there. That's a breath. down. Let's grab palm up, grab palm down, and then you're going to twist the body. This is side kick, but you're going to go to vert. Then to come back, you twist the body, come right back where they were. So the left foot's going to come close to the ball, right foot reaches away towards the other end of the bar. Boom. 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 Straight in the air, right foot together. There you go, nice. Nice. My left foot goes back down in front of you. Right down in front of me, left foot. No, that's your right. Other
left.
There you go. And then down, no, put your right there. Go back up, Okay.
Going up.
This foot's going to come down close. This foot's going to reach far away. That foot goes down there. There you go.
Okay.
Confusing
Going
everybody.
up, so much better.
Yeah. Just pay attention to where your feet are coming from. You want to put them back right where they come from. Yes, ma'am. Left foot goes yes, nice. Good.
You really do have to be something about me too.
You say took us.
Seconds.
Language is that even from? I don't know.
It's Yiddish.
Last time I heard took us. It sounds like a Yiddish word.
That's not the word to get down. You're constantly in contact with
Body juggling is just contact improv with the ball.
How many times?
I've got about 4 to 6 more. I'm trying to kill you today.
Who gets to say that every day? I mean, really? Who gets to be your mantra every day and let people discover awesome?
I'm a professional awesome teacher. Wait. I'll always start with the ball in the center, hand over there. You'll understand why later. Once again, trust me, it'll make sense later. Half of this thing is all about ball position. So, real specific about where things start from, and end. So balance, center. This, power. Control, center. From one place to another. A to B. Power. The next one, whoops, going to flow. Good. Now you're going to do it on the other side. You can start with the lunge a couple times if you need to, but if you can figure it out, you're welcome to jump down. So when you're doing that lunge, roll it all the way up your arm so you can feel it up to your ribs. Yep. That's a better breath. Right, yeah, good job.
Side is like so much more rigid than this one.
Everything is easier on one side than the other.
Yeah, I tell my students that, but when it manifests that much in your body, it's like, shit.
For long, this is a completely ambidextrous thing. Anything you do on one side. Not always inside of the forms, but inside of the practice. Always training both sides. And then on down. Yeah. I'm you're doing it pretty good.
Other side is we're sorry, I'm totally like that for side too.
Yeah, everybody does, and I think it's because you start out with your hand upside down, but if you grab it upside down, you don't have as much leeway for support in that arm.
Yeah.
And now your ball's getting too close. So you gotta make sure your stomach's back center. Yeah. Feet double shoulder width apart so you get a good line. Yeah.
Sure, let's go there.
All right. You don't need to move. Stay there. What you're going to do, you're going to go to that side, come back to the center, and go straight to that side. You're going to connect two things into one fluid experience. There you go. Tai Chi has no beginning and no end, because beginnings and ends are theoretical constructs. Everything in the universe is a never-ending flow. Too close, but so that's when we switch in the middle. You gotta do this. Right? If you're doing this, it's not gonna be right. And if you're doing this, it's not gonna be right. You gotta switch here. Go that way first. Yep.
I didn't want to do that. You're like so horrible.
Yes. Good face. Notice what flow feels like. It's not as much flow as it'll be in the future, but that's how you start with flow. You gotta begin to let things be fluid. Begin to let things be effortless. And everything comes effortless. Come on. So.
You're like, yeah.
Beautiful.
That was really interesting.
All right. Very, very nice work. Couple of stretches real quick that I'm saying. Couple of real quick that are my favorites. I'll take a couple of pictures of you. Where it goes like this. We call it Facebook Lane.
Okay.
It's the best marketing in the world.
Ever.
You can see other people being how do I learn awesome too? Here. This is kitchen.
Oh, that's good.
Way too this. Come over the wall. Hips gently.
Oh, yeah.
From one side to the other.
Pretty. Can't do this the whole muscles trying to This is not a thing you can actually.
That's the beauty of the ball and bar is there's a whole lot of things you can't do any other way. And I did lots of incredible things with the ball before I just made the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of incredible things. You can't stretch the body in ways that you can stretch the body at all. But then once I got the bar, it's like I never could go back to doing without the bar. Because there's so many things you can do with the bar that you can't do.
It's just so deep into that.
Good. And then this is my favorite. This right after me. Heart over the center. Just a little bit above the head, and you let your hips sink. Now, as you go from side to side, you're going to let your torso twist just a little bit. Always sinking down, not going over the top of the ball, but sinking down like a happy face. So, approaching. So, everybody, when they get on this, bend your elbows a little bit like you're this. Everybody tries to hold themselves up like this. But as long as your bicep is tense, your shoulder can't actually relax. When you let all of this relax, you'll feel a tensile strength in the body. That's the kind of stretch you want. You don't ever want to be holding yourself up with your muscles. You're letting the bar stretch your body out. You're going to use gravity. Good work. I'm going to bring it back over here so we can shut down the body juggling show. All right, high five. Great work. So tell me something that you discovered.
That in the kind of unwinding, it can actually be enjoyable.
You didn't expect it to be fun?
No, I did. But I didn't. No, I did, but then I could feel it inside.
Oh.
I could play with myself, be playful with myself.
Nice. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole nature of this. Like, I cut it up into all these pieces so that I can teach it, but the nature is play, and the nature is freedom. And everybody that does it more than a few times gets to learn freestyle. That's when you have a lot of fun. Tell me something else.
I bumped up against my own resistance and my own, like, well, you saw it. The moment I would think.
Not really. Tell me about that, because I didn't see a lot of resistance in you.
I just went
outside
right.
The booty crawl.
The booty crawl was down.
That was your
too
toughest,
much thinking.
That was your toughest one.
Yeah, that was my toughest one. I guess there wasn't too much, but it felt like there were moments where my body would just get a little bit rigid as I was trying to go in the flow, There's little points. I'm like, oh, I don't know. I'm not sure I can get there. Mm-hmm. So there's little trust factors.
Okay, so terminology. I don't call that resistance.
Okay.
And I can understand how you would call it resistance muscularly.
Uh-huh.
I'm not really concerned about your muscular tension. Mm-hmm. That's really easy to change.
Oh, okay.
Very easy to change. Mm-hmm. When I'm speaking of resistance, I'm talking about mental.
Okay.
Okay? So you might have been feeling a little bit of resistance when you were doing your vert kicks. Mm-hmm. Pretty good. I mean, especially when you just learned that shit like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, that's
it looks pretty good. I don't see any resistance in that, right?
Cool.
When I talk about resistance, I mean what you were creating when you were learning booty crawl. Okay, and that showed me a pattern for you, and like how you do one thing is how you do everything, right?
Yeah.
And what happened was you would try once or twice, and then you would start talking. If it doesn't work, I gotta explain why it's not working, and I'm gonna stop and just talk about it. And okay, no, try, okay, yeah, but it's still not working. It's like, because you've only done it for half a second. Give it, right? So okay. Give it a second. Like, so that's what I'm talking about when I say resistance, is that internal, okay. And it separates you. It separates you from feeling. It separates you from action, you know? But the way we learn things is not by thinking about them harder. We learn things by doing. And nothing do we learn immediately. Everything, like even eating, putting food in your mouth, you had to learn to do it, and you missed, you know, and you end up with stuff all over your face, right? You learn doing, and critiquing the doing while you're learning is the worst thing you can possibly do. It's like, stop thinking about it, stop worrying about how good it is, and just do it. Do it again, do it again, do it again. And most of the body juggling community knows that I grew up traveling with the circus. And it wasn't until I was like almost 30 that I realized that's why I've been good at everything I've done my whole life, is because from 3 years old on, I learned how to train. Okay? Everybody around you is a master at whatever they do. You have to be the best, otherwise somebody else gets the job. And so all day long I saw people creating mastery. I saw the work that goes into mastery. I saw it. And all mastery of anything comes from repetition. That's all it is. Repetition, repetition, repetition. Repetition requires no critique. It requires no judgment. It requires no fear, right? The question is, what is the rep? Do it. Do it again, do it again, do it again. Eventually, you will not have to think about it. Some people might do it faster than you. Some people might take longer. Does not matter. Doesn't matter who gets to mastery first, right? There's no medal for that. It's just about doing the reps. And if you do the movement, there's nothing you got to figure out. And every single thing on this, including the entire Dragonfly form, which is like a 2-minute long Tai Chi form, everything including that is going to happen just like what you did here now. Tiny piece, tiny piece, tiny piece. Connect this thing, connect this thing, connect this. No thought necessary. What's the movement? Do this. Right? You know, that's all it is, okay? It's just about repetition. And so, no, I'm very, very proud of how well you did, and you were able to stop. You were able to break that pattern of thinking yourself out of movement.
Yeah.
You know, and as long as you can do that, like, I can train anybody that can do the reps. Like, if you can just do the reps, I can train anybody. You know, and I can train them to do anything they want to do. You know, you might have to lose a little weight before you're doing back flips or something like that, you know.
It's okay. I don't
what, you know, and I wasn't meaning you. I just mean the average person is not.
Like, I'll be okay.
But I can train. I've trained people to do standing back flips before, walk on your hands. Like, it does not matter what the skill is. The only question is, can you stay focused and can you repeat, repeat, repeat? Now, that's hard for the average person, but definitely American. Because we're all ADD, like whether you like it or not, with the text and the Twitter and the Facebook and what, like, we're all distractible. But here's the thing with training, and this is one of the most important elements of it, is that through training, you learn discipline, you learn self-discipline, you learn how to stay focused, and anything that you do over and over again becomes a meditation. So the simplest rope movement, if you commit and you do that movement again and again, you're meditating. It is, and you can do any number of tricks with that once you understand how to control the mind. But meditation itself is simply about controlling the experience of the mind. And anything you do with the control of the mind is a meditation. It becomes one. So, so awesome. Very, very awesome work. Any questions about any of what we did?
No. It was a great experience, and that's all I'm
good. Awesome. Awesome. Look forward to next time. Same bat time, same bat channel. We'll see you guys next time.